So guys, you joined me with a Porsche Cayman GTS. This is a 981. This is literally my dream car by far. This is absolutely stunning. This is a 2014 car, 3.4 litre, naturally aspirated, flat six from Porsche. Let's go for a walk around, and I'm so excited to take this for a drive. I haven't driven it yet on the road. I've driven these cars so much on track, just when they first sort of came out 10 years ago around Porsche Silverstone, and I was just obsessed with them. Now this owner has got a specification which is absolutely stunning. It's essentially every option really, except the 18-way adjustable seats. And we'll kind of go through that, just look at the kind of like every sort of aspect of it, go on a point of view drive. I can't believe that I'm kind of even here and kind of sort of sharing the car with you. But let's just go for just like a little quick walk around. Apologies for any of the wind, but yeah, let's check this out because this is just such a stunning car for me. Yeah, as you can see, Porsche Cayman GTS in this gorgeous white colour. We've got a super sunny day, 3.4 litre naturally aspirated engine from Porsche. Wonderful car, PDLS lights, PASM suspension, so this is lowered by 10mm. You've also got the Porsche torque vectoring, which was a special option on the GTSs too. He's got the Turbo S wheels on this, 265 rear section tyres, so pretty big. You've almost got like gloss black kind of qualities around it, front splitter. Super special, this car. The steering wheel is amazing as well, completely uncluttered. Yeah, just looking around it. You also get the smoke tail lights at the back, and it just looks so sleek with the way it kind of just curves at the top. Really, really special. A little tiny wing, which does, I believe, pop up as well. Sports exhaust as well, and you can see the rear diffuser just shown there. Oh, it looks absolutely stunning. GTS, around about 350-ish horsepower in this. They got a small power increase by about 15 horsepower over the S. My dream car really, the GTS is, and from the 981 generation, just from so much about it. It's an absolutely incredible car. And to be in the position to know subscribers who are so grateful to enable me to come and sort of share it. This particular car's on 23,000 miles, so it's super well looked after and cared for. Yeah, and I talked for hours about it really. Mid-engined, naturally aspirated, rear-wheel drive, sounds incredible with the sports exhaust. You've got the diff as well, the Porsche torque vectoring, which was an option, which just basically makes that rear end even more special. And with the PASM suspension as well, which came as part of the GTS, it's unbelievable. But let's just literally go inside for a second, because I want to show you a little bit of this interior. You get a lot of Alcantara. You get the leather sort of shown here with the red stitching, really high quality carbon fibre, Cayman GTS badge there. You got the sports seats, which are really comfortable and body hugging. I've just been as a passenger in it. You can get the 18-way as an option. This car doesn't have it. I'm perfectly happy with that. I've got no issues. Alcantara steering wheel, but look at that. No buttons at all. It's a completely clear rim. And actually this lights up when you go to Sport Plus and Sport mode from sort of its standard comfort suspension. And you go into the more firmer setting, so it tells you where it's going. I didn't know that. Super, super nice, the Alcantara. As part of it, this has got the GTS interior package. So that gives it the red stitching, the red seat belts, the carmine red dial, which looks stunning. Sports chrono, that was part of the GTS. Yeah, you got the special cup holders, which I'll show. All the options to kind of tweak around a bit. I can't wait any longer. I want to drive this car. I've driven it on the track so many times, got the Bose sound system, but I've never had the chance to drive it on the road. So let's go for a drive on the road. Again, I'm going to kind of just sit and think of the position that I'm in here. Love to own one of these cars these days. It's my dream car above anything else, the GTS. I've driven so many cars, and the 981 GTS is the car to go for. And this particular car's in PDK as well. You can get in a manual. I've driven the manual a lot. I think on the road, probably go for this exact spec. Colour wise, I love the blue. It's got a few different options. You can go for colours. The carmine red looks really nice as well, but it looks pretty special in white. Yeah, I'm going to take this in and probably just take you for a drive and listen to that noise from the 3.4 litre naturally aspirated flat six from Porsche. Bear in mind, this guy's 10 years old. Enough power, enough agility, and stunning. Your Alcantara headlining as well. A million things I could say about this car, a million things. But let's go for a drive, and yeah, let's go from there. All right. Well, this is special, really, really special in the Cayman GTS. So this is my first dive in in this car on the road. As I mentioned before earlier with the walk around, I've driven this car a lot on track, the 981 GTS. Some might say I was obsessed at Porsche Silverstone going around, but I absolutely loved it. And to experience it on the road with like a subscriber is something else. We got it in its more sort of just comfort setting. We're just sort of cruising around. I massively love the wheel. Just to have no buttons at all. Hopefully it all comes up okay for you guys on camera. Very smooth, very refined. And just as soon as I sat in it, Porsche have this sort of like driving position, which is just like no other. You just sit perfectly immediately. I haven't even really adjusted this. You can move the wheel even closer to you. It feels very raw. Yeah, so the owners had this car for about 4 years. It's done 23,000 miles. I believe they picked it up on about 11,000. And it's a car that can just do everything for me. It's that one special car that you could just have for the rest of time. In fact, I was talking to the owner who's sitting next to me. One of my favourite videos on YouTube is actually from Steve Sutcliffe in Spain, sort of, I think it was Mallorca, driving one of these. And I was just hooked from them, and that's why I drove them so much. They offer so much, particularly in today. You know, it's a 10-year-old car, 2014 this one, and yet it's as tight as anything. Alcantara feels brilliant. The carbon fibre looks really, really classy, and actually does raise the level to that GTS kind of setting, and it sounds very special. And it's more than quick enough. And the owner actually told me something: if you put your foot down further and then you push it again, you get another little bit of a boost to the car, which I didn't know about before. And you can definitely feel it. It's, yeah, is it going to win any real, I mean, it's got launch control because it's a PDK. Is it going to win any drag races, or particularly in 2024? Probably not. But that's not the point. The feel of the steering, the uncluttered wheel, the connection you get to the car through the seat of your pants, it's like nothing else. That sounds unreal. And on the gear change, I don't even know how much you can hear me once it starts going. It just gives you that sort of like pump and that burble. And I'm just love the feel of the paddles. Really, really good. Really, really good. And it is quite hard to find a GTS nowadays. I constantly look at them on Auto Trader to find one in the right spec and to find one with the right miles. There's quite a few, like for say 50,000 miles plus, but get something like this for 23,000. I mean, what a car. And you really just enjoy it. There's some lovely cars out today as well. Just the noise, even from low down, the throttle response, there's none of that turbo lag. It's very sort of linear because it's just purely from the engine. It's just pure engine power from the rear wheels. And a huge smile factor. And just, I'm not too sure how much you can see, but just like the arches on the front, very similar to say like a 911, but even more pronounced on the Cayman. You can really judge your sort of like apex and your lines. And then you've got like the red dials to just give you that sort of like energy of really inspires the car. The gearbox is very quick and very responsive. And it burbles away so nicely. So the 10mm lower suspension with the PASM makes a nice difference, but it's not so low and firm as a GT4. Something that I have driven a lot on track, and that car's very firm, very low. Great car. Not available in PDK, only in manual for that. This GTS seems like the best for the road for me, and even more so in PDK. Really, really special. And just a tiny bit over like 5,000 to 6,000, and the jolt. Oh, what a stunning car. They feel very well put together. You know, Germans know how to build a good car, and this is one of them. Great to take out in the sun, but actually with the mid-engine sort of balance, I can imagine it's not too bad in the wet. I have driven some in the wet on like the wet circuit basically in at Porsche Silverstone's Experience Centre. They're very, very good to drive, but they're challenging as well. You've really got to hold it. Once these let go, you know, they'll let go. You've got to respect a car like this. We'll try a bit at first, because that's the one thing with the gearing you can use first. And to actually be able to use full throttle in a car, it's the perfect amount of power. Porsche literally took this out of the factory with the GTS and just did that nip and tuck. Those little changes which you might think, oh, it's not worth it, why are you kind of even charging extra over an S for it? And a Cayman S is brilliant, but they work their magic. I really like the looks. I like the looks with the rear tail lights being smoked. It's a very clean look without the spoiler, which can pop up. You can pop it up manually, or it will come up automatically if you go over 70. It's extra special. Sports exhaust is standard. Just the little bits of the chrome. The black sort of lining on the outside of the door as well, the gloss black, is very, very nice. It is like a musical instrument as well, and it revs all the way out to 8,000. It just feels like it just keeps revving and keeps popping and banging. And you got the sports chrono. We're kind of discussing a little bit the inside. It's very nice looks. Everything's sort of built in and really well thought through. Like the sports chrono, very well integrated into the dash. You've got the infotainment, and this car's got everything as part of it, which I believe there was quite a few options as well with the jukebox and all the sound systems. I personally just listen to the noise of the engine, the feel of the car, and just enjoy it. Seats, feeling really comfortable, just spending more time in it, but also supportive. I'm not sure how much you're going to hear of that exhaust, but it's a good noise. Black tips as well. I'm quite OCD on my symmetry as well, so to have it in the centre, the looks, the styling, the Turbo S wheels, I'm sold. I love it. Right, let's see what she's like. Okay. And you get it, and you can really feel it on the pedal when you're going full throttle. It's mega. What a car. It almost like feels like it has another, like, it is like a button, and it just gives you that extra punch. And it's quick, more than quick enough for kind of daily use. It's not lacking anything from my view. And I don't see many 981 GTSs on the road anymore. In fact, I can't remember the last time I saw a 981 GTS. I don't know how many of these they made.
There's 548 in the country.
548, okay, I didn't realise there was that few. Wow, so they are really, really hard to get hold of. And particularly with the 718 generation, they made a lot more of those cars. The production run was far longer. In this car, just brilliant. What I feel about the car, it's just a dream to have. It's so raw as well, it's almost like it's alive. It really is. It's like, it almost gets angry at you. It's like, oh. And this is in its most aggressive kind of setting. Oh, it's so smooth, and it just flows really naturally into the corners. It's the pops. Sold. What a car. I've just been out a little bit further, which you haven't seen on camera, because like I'm generally lost for words. It's kind of emotional to kind of be in this. Went on some really twisty back roads, probably drove it for about 45 minutes, and it's unbelievable. It's my dream car, which I can't believe I had the opportunity to drive it, and it just shows the community that we have, and I'm hopeful to meet up with the owner again. This owner also owns the Fiesta STs. You may have seen that video on my channel. And yeah, I'm feeling very humble, very reflective, and very happy to even have this experience on the road, and the trust as well, trust in me and my kind of driving of what I've done. And yeah, it's a magical place to sit in, drives so well. I was trying to think of a few things that maybe I didn't mention when I was doing the point of view, because it's quite full on. Things like how you've got the Porsche torque vectoring and the diff at the back. It really does pull it round, and I do notice the difference because I have driven Cayman GTS 981s without. It really does pull it through. The small sort of narrowness of the car makes it really good on the road to kind of use too. The steering wheel is really great. The steering is really direct, and it works so well, so you can really sort of get a feel for everything. The gearbox feels good. It's so responsive and so raw. The overboost sort of feature as well when you go into it. Everything about it I love. It's my dream car. And you know how it's like, don't meet your heroes? Well, I met mine, and it met expectations and exceeded it, and it always will. Yeah, unreal. And actually, this owner, one of the valves aren't opening, so it didn't even sound as good as it could do. For me, out of all the cars I've driven, this is my personal favourite car, and hopefully that might help you out if you were interested in the 981 GTS. And mine is a community channel. It isn't, you know, get involved in the comments. Tell me things that perhaps I don't even know. And the owner and I didn't know about the overboost kind of thing. There's so many little intricacies about the car, particularly what Porsche do with their sort of packages and stuff. They make it quite difficult. But yeah, the Alcantara as well, and you have to spec certain Alcantara so you don't get like the plastic in the side. That's certainly something which is like a little bit different and harder to kind of work out. There's the mileage on this one, 23,253, and I've done a little bit of my fair share in them too, to kind of enjoy it. Well, like, share, subscribe if you want to be part of the channel. I'm working hard to kind of grow it, and I love for this, you know, passionate car enthusiast to be a part of it. And a great car. Let me know anything in the comments. I've drove it a fair bit after this, and I love every part of it. Just the feel, that mid-engined rear-wheel drive is unreal. The sound is unreal. It's even practical. You know, you can take stuff in it, right? I could talk about this car forever and ever and ever. Comment, please comment, and I'll talk to you about it more. It's my dream car, and I'm so grateful to have experienced it. Yeah, thank you so much for being a part of the channel. This is probably one of the best moments I've had, and I've had a lot of unbelievable moments. This is definitely the best moment, so thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. I love you all.